preparing live. So I think we are live.
Let's wait for a couple of minutes.
Yes.
Hi, Dhruman. Thanks for joining.
Hi Ash. Hi Adesh. Guys, you can post your doubts regarding your preparation. I hope your preparation is going on as planned. If you have any doubts, let us know. We'll begin shortly once more people join in. Thanks, Absolute Animator, for the compliments.
Roman is asking if the top percentile offers mocks. So yes, we do have mocks as part of our packages. We've partnered with Test Funder to provide these mocks because in our attempt, we had noticed that many of us, the majority of the 6 of us had given Test Funder mocks, and we found it to be really good quality and at par with CET level. So we do provide mocks that are from Test Funder, that are designed and run by Test Funder.
And coming to the part where he's asking how many mocks are old and new pattern. So 10 mocks are new and 10 mocks are old pattern. But if we have a definite answer key, this year the people will be of like the previous year's pattern or let's say 2020 pattern, they can change depending upon that because not all mocks are released yet.
Yashas is asking.
Go ahead, Ankit.
Yashas is asking how many months do we need to crack MBCT if we are starting from scratch. So ideally 2 to 3 months is a good timeline, and since we don't know when CET exam is going to be held and the dates are not out yet, so even worst case, like you may have a minimum 2 months to prepare for CET, or it may even get delayed and it may be in April, or maybe you're not aware of that. So this is the right time to start right now. And it also depends how many hours you can put in every day. So if you're starting right now and if you have around 2 to 3 months time, you may need to put in around 6 to 7 hours of continuous efforts every day and covering all your basics and putting a foundation in place and then starting to give mocks on a regular basis. So you'll have to put in that much extra effort, but it is definitely possible in a timeline of 2 to 3 months.
Right. And one more thing I'd like to add is every year, if you see the toppers, so there was a topper called Divya Biyani in 2018 CET. So she was preparing for UPSC, I guess. But after that, she only started for CET in the month of Feb. So it was around 1.5 months. So if your basics are really strong and everything is on point, if you have given CAT already, a lot of people score miserably in CAT, but they realize that they have done mistake and they bounce back in CET. So if you have done well in CAT or you scored not so good in CAT, but you have the basics clear, then 1.5 months is also sufficient for few people. So that depends on your level of preparation.
Yeah, assuming now that the CET is earliest that it could be held, that is in March. Usse pehle to nahi hoga. So you still have 2 months, which is sufficient to prepare for the CET, because it is not a very difficult exam. All you need is practice, but it is not very difficult, the level of questions that are asked. So 2 months are sufficient.
So I'll take one question sent by Parth. He's asking how should we prepare now because we don't know the fixed pattern. So see Parth, so there are two ways. You either, if you have a problem at your hand, you can either see it as a challenge or see it as an opportunity. So rather than taking it as a challenge, try to take it as an opportunity because there are some differences in the new pattern mocks as well. I have given CET paper top percentile mein, Vidhan had also given this year, CET Anay had also given. We noticed something that the questions this year are very easier. So for example, if you know profit and loss ka topic, basic topic, there were around 20 questions of percentage difference in my slot. So I'd hardly take 10 to 15 seconds to solve that. But at the same time, there were around 7 to 8 time and clocks questions. So I don't know the formula of time and clock. So I cannot solve those 8 questions, right? But if I had known the time and clock basics and I know the basic formula, there is only one simple time and clock formula wherein there are two different things. If the clock is gaining time or the clock is losing time, and there is a difference of plus and minus in the formula, that's it. वो एक formula पे you could have solved all the 8 questions. लेकिन अगर वो एक formula नहीं पता है, you cannot solve those 8 questions और 0 marks आएंगे. So this was the challenge and opportunity in this year's CET paper. The paper was easier, just that कि कोई नए topics का तुमको formula नहीं पता था. तो take it that way. Take it that way. Apart from that, coming to the sectional approach which we had. तो normally क्या होता था? We were dividing verbal 50 questions, quants 50 questions, LR 75 questions and abstract 25 questions. हर एक को already CET bifurcate करके देता था और हम हमारे हिसाब से टाइम लगाते थे. So we were not given some time constraints, right? We used to decide कि मुझे verbal अच्छे से आते हैं तो मैं उसमें 35 minutes दूंगा, मुझे क्वांट्स बहुत अच्छे से आते हैं तो मैं 50 मिनट्स दूंगा, या कुछ लोग 30 मिनट्स भी देते थे. सो दैट वाज एनीवे एट योर हैंड इटसेल्फ. तो अभी भी तुम उस वे में सोचो, बस डिफरेंस ये है कि तुमको सीईटी ने बाइफरकेट करके नहीं दिया है सेक्शंस. यू कैन बाइफरकेट इट फॉर योरसेल्फ. सो व्हाट आई सजेस्ट इज, गिवन द पेपर एंड having the entire analysis sheet, I can tell you that there are 200 questions. उसमें तो चेंजेस नहीं है. 200 क्वेश्चंस को तुम 50 50 50 50 ऐसे 4 सेक्शंस में डिवाइड कर सकते हो. हर सेक्शन को हाफ एन आवर दो. 4 sections of 50 questions each. 1 से 50 first section 30 minutes, 51 से 100 second section 30 minutes each, and the questions are very easy. ये सब में if in the first 30 minutes you could solve only 20 questions, तो 30 questions बच जाते हैं. वो 30 questions में बचे हुए 10 मिनट में you can identify which are the easier questions and which are the difficult questions, mark them for review and go ahead. And उसके बाद में लास्ट में जो तुम्हारा 30 मिनट्स बचता है, you can use that to go through all these particular difficult or different kinds of questions. So you can change it in this way, and I am planning to make a video where I have the entire analysis of last year CET paper. I had given the paper and memory based questions मेरे दिमाग में है, कौन से questions आए थे, कितने टॉपिक के आए थे, कौन से difficulty level के. उसके ऊपर एक वीडियो बना के I'll try to make an analysis of how I would have approached that paper. Also, we have this year's CET toppers with us. Maybe I'll call some of them on board and ask them how they had approached the paper differently. So it will also clear your doubt. So stay tuned for that video as well.
Yeah, and a lot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So a lot of questions about sources. We'll obviously come back to strategy. We'll see how we obviously heard how Shreekanth approached the paper. We'll hear how other toppers or how the 6 of us would have approached the paper. So we'll come to that. A lot of questions about study material firstly. So study material, you can go for any classes, which there is not much difference. Every class covers all the basics that you need for the CET. IMS time, कोई भी coaching का books उठा सकते हो. Free resources you'll have to find. We personally are not aware of one particular free resource जहाँ पे सब covered है. That's why we normally suggest कि कोई classes का ले लो. That's why it is trusted and it is updated every year and so on. So it is a good investment for sure. If एकदम तुम्हें basic से करना है तो you can go for any classes का material and books. Even we partnered with Test Funda because we had a good experience with them. So we partnered with them for mocks and books. In books, we have the options of having physical books or ebooks. So तुम्हें जैसा भी पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है, whatever you're comfortable with, we have both the options. So you can go for any classes. We offer test funda which we know is good quality. So you can approach us if you want that material.
I just wanted to add a bit on what Shreekanth said. So basically, he was talking about the strategy and curating your preparation. So that is what we try and help you with at the top percentile with the mentoring sessions or the personalized mentoring sessions that we provide. See, every student has different needs. They are strong in a particular section, weak in a particular section. So it is not easy for a particular person to understand how much time to devote or basically what section order should be followed. So that is why we come and step in and we try and identify what could be a particular time distribution that you could follow or a particular strategy that you can put into place that can be curated according to your strengths and your weaknesses. So that is why we are providing these one-on-one mentoring sessions. It is coming whichever package you purchase of ours at the top percentile, you will get one-on-one mentoring session as part of it. And that is where we step in and we try and help you with how you can go about your preparation.
Apart from that, another thing is that we are also planning to bring in our juniors who have converted JBIMS this year. So we'll bring them for group mentoring sessions. So they won't be providing one-on-one, but at the same time, if you have any doubts related to particular section, how to tackle that, those guys will come in and help you. You can hear directly from the horse's mouth, like how they approach this year's paper, how they improvised on the spot, because it was a really big surprise for the people who have given exam on the first day, on the first slot. They were not expecting this kind of paper, right? They were not expecting the pattern change. So वो लोग को भी हम लोग बुलाएंगे juniors में से. We'll try to connect them with our TTP students, and whatever doubts they have, we can have a Zoom call session with 10 or 15 people and they can clear their doubt privately over there.
Right. Yeah, that's all. That all is planned, guys. Group mentoring sessions from the toppers, from us on our strengths, from our batchmates who had cracked the CET along with us. So everything is planned. 2-3 common questions that I'm getting, and I want to clear it off right now. We don't know when CET will happen. You should also not keep a fixed date in mind. Assume it's in March, that you have 2 months, and uske baad jab bhi hoga, if it's in May, then you have extra 2 months to study. If it's in June, you have extra 3 months to study. You have to use that approach. There is uncertainty about the date of the CET every year. So we also don't know when the CET is, very honestly. So don't focus on that. Second question about MAT, ATMA being accepted or not. Again, no information. In my year itself, many of us from the top percentile had given MAT, but we didn't keep any expectation from the exam. अगर MAT में 99.98 या जो भी score आ भी जाता, we still were focused on CET because CET is going to be accepted no matter what. And we have an example right with us, Ankit Thakker. Ankit had topped the ATMA exam, but still his focus was still on CET because we don't know if MAT will be accepted, ATMA will be accepted or not. So तुम्हें देना है तो दो. Obviously, all the best for that. Prepare for that and give it, but focus on CET because that will be accepted. Also, the preparation for ATMA, MAT and CET is the same. ATMA, MAT is easier than CET. So तुम्हें देना है तो दे दो, and you can approach us for that also.
ATMA or MAT का तो there is only one ideology which me and Ankit had given before giving ATMA and MAT. हमारे दिमाग में यही चलता था कि ये एक practice test है for the actual CET exam. So we went with that mindset. Not obviously top तो करना ही था, obviously 100% देना था, but it was a playground session or a practice session before the actual CET. So with that mindset, I think I and Ankit had given ATMA and MAT. And also Anay.
Yes, so that's I think a good analogy. Warm up match जैसे क्रिकेट में होता है, वर्ल्ड कप के पहले दे दो. अच्छा किया तो अच्छा है, नहीं किया तो भी मेन वर्ल्ड कप तो बाकी है. तो
yes. Okay, so there are a lot of questions about final placements.
Right. So final placement, guys. If you are following JBIMS on social media channels, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, the batch of 2022 has signed out. They have been placed in the final placement process. we cannot reveal more information. Apart from that, you will have to wait for the placement report. But guys, it is JBIMS. The placements,
I'd
you will
just like
see
to
how
give
good the placements were once the report is out.
I'd just like to say one thing. A lot of a lot of people I think would relate with me with my example. So before joining JBMS or before coming for an MBA, there were two colleges in my mind. So I have a graduation score of 57 percentage, which is very bad, and I wasn't expecting a good college in even in top IIMs or any top B schools. So there were only two B schools in India where I had a shot with this kind of a poor academic performance. And the one was IIM Calcutta and the other was JBIMS. So IIM Calcutta mein also they have changed the pattern and they have something. So with CAT, I wasn't able to convert it. वो मुझसे नहीं हुआ. Then the second best and the only best option which I had left with me, which I had given myself, was JBIMS. And I am very, very proud to say that even if I had been in that college or this college or whatever, but जो placements हमारा हुआ है this season is I think one of the best which I could have ever received, even in top IIMs or any IIM, let's say for that matter. So I'm really happy that I chose this college for my MBA, and I'm a lot of questions in my life have been solved because of this, because I was not at all in a right mindset कि मेरा स्कोर इतना खराब है, मैं अच्छे कंपनी में प्लेस होने वाला हूँ या नहीं, या मेरे को इतना पैकेज मिलेगा या नहीं. All my questions have been answered और वो तुम लोग को hopefully placement report में मिल जाएगा soon enough. So just keep on hustling and don't think about कैसा था, अच्छा था या बुरा था. बहुत अच्छा था, आ जाएगा रिजल्ट तो पता चल जाएगा.
We are here. Obviously you've seen the post and we are all here smiling, so you can be sure that we all are happy. So there is no doubt about that. But so that on that note, we'll end that. You guys have to now focus on your preparation. I do understand that placements are a motivator, and you can be sure that that is taken care of at JBIMS.
One more small thing is that my friends in top B schools, I can say that I have a better package than kind of a lot of them, even in the top 10 or top 6 IIMs.
So Sagar has a specific question related to quant. He wants to know, in quant, do we need to focus on modern math or advanced math like algebra, PNC, geometry, or how should we go about the quant section? So traditionally, over time, we have seen that these topics, such as modern maths or advanced maths, do not come as frequently as compared to your arithmetic topics, which is your percentages, ratio and proportion, averages, profit and loss, all of these topics. So what we tend to suggest is that first you cover these topics, cover your arithmetic related topics, get that done, get that sorted, make your foundation strong in that, because that will also be very beneficial to you for data interpretation. You will be using a lot of percentages, you'll be using a lot of those ratio proportion concepts in your data interpretation questions. Get that sorted, do that well, and then you can move on to the other topics which you've seen are traditionally less frequent, like algebra, PNC, geometry. And we definitely do not recommend you to leave out any topic in quant. And we have seen last year also the change pattern. Like we do have a couple of topics coming, random topics coming in, which people are not prepared for. So ensure that you're preparing for all topics, whether it is clocks and calendars, whether it is probability, whether it is logs or whatever, but have a priority order in place. Decide which topics you need to cover first based on past data or history or what has been coming more frequently, and then you move on to the other topics. That is how you should be going about it.
One more question is from Gupta Suchita. She's asking, what was your position at this point of time? Like how many marks were you scoring and your daily schedule? So I'll talk about my daily schedule. So very simple. I tell to this to each and every of one of my student who is my mentee. So I keep a target of solving around 200 questions every day. So this was my only daily schedule. Solve 200 questions. While I'm sleeping, going to bed, I just think of the number of questions I've solved today and how many questions did I do correctly, what was the learnings, what all are the different topics which I learned today. So if you solve 200 questions, definitely you're going to learn at least 10 to 15 new questions and 10 to different grammar rules or whatever. So the only main point over here is your schedule is to solve questions and not just solving the questions without any time limit. Solving the questions with time limits. I used to solve a lot of sectional tests or even in mock. The best way to achieve my target is to give a mock, क्योंकि एक mock दे दिया तो 200 questions वहीं पे solve हो जाने वाला है. But also this is not extremely मतलब right approach to solve one mock every day. You can solve one mock in 2 days as well. But what about the day when you're not solving the mock? You have to solve questions from books. We are providing ebooks as well. Along with our course, we have sectional tests as well. So solve those sectional tests during that time. उसके बाद में you can go and improvise on the sectional test and then improve your score on mocks. So this is the daily schedule, and yeah, number of mocks that completely depends upon who is giving the paper, right, Suchita? So you cannot be sure. Like some people are starting with 100, some people are starting with 110, some people are starting with 60. Difference is all of them have reached JBIMS in the last 5 to 6 years, whoever have started with any of the score. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि JBIMS में जो 120 लोग हैं सब February में 110 स्कोर कर रहे थे. This is not true. There are a lot of people who are even scoring 90 or 80 during this time, or also there are people who are scoring 130 during this time and are still in the same position as the guy who was scoring 60 or 90. So don't have a strict or a specific mindset कि मैं इतना अभी score करूंगी तो I am on the right path. You will be on a right path once you are solving at least 200 or 150 questions per day, or at least you're learning everything every day. You're learning something new, and in every week your mock score is improving. So that
Right.
should be your gauge.
Yeah. So in this, obviously, this was Shreekanth's approach. Basically, we want you guys to come talk to us about what stage of preparation you are at, because कितने mocks देने हैं, कितने questions करने हैं रोज, it will vary on a lot of things. कि तुमने CAT दिया है क्या, CAT पे कैसा score है, basics clear है कि नहीं. So that's why we are providing this personal mentoring one-to-one where we clear all these doubts and we can make a personalized plan for you. So my example is that I was in a very demanding job along with my CET preparation. So there was no chance I could give one mock per day. I used to work almost 12 hours per day. So I used to give only one mock in the whole week. And for week ke throughout, I used to go through concepts again. I used to analyze my mock and so on. So that's why we try to connect you guys to mentors that have been or have been on that journey. So agar if you are more relatable to Shreekanth, then Shreekanth will mentor you and make sure that you are improving and doing well. Second question about what score January में होना चाहिए. ऐसा कुछ score नहीं है. The progress is shown by if you're constantly improving. तुमने एक mock दिया अभी, कल को mock दिया, it constantly improving doesn't mean कि तुम्हारा score improve हो. ठीक है, next mock difficult है तो score गिर भी सकता है. But improving means you don't make those mistakes again. If अगर तुम्हें particular topic ही नहीं आया है for the first mock, in the second mock you should at least know that topic. So that is what is meant by constant improvement, and that's how you analyze your mocks. If you're constantly improving, and that again, that doesn't mean कि score रोज बढ़ते जा रहा है 5 ऐसा नहीं होता है. But if you are constantly improving, your decision making is getting better. कि question कब छोड़ना है, कब लेना है, तुम्हारा time to solve a question कम हो रहा है, ये सब parameters देखते हैं हम लोग. If this is improving, you are on the right track. यही चाहिए. अभी तुम 60 पे हो, 90 पे हो, constantly improve करोगे तो you'll get there.
Just to add to that, a lot of people keep asking for source material, like they don't have enough source material to prepare from. So taking that into consideration, this time we have this tied up with Test Funder to provide all of it. Like Shreekanth mentioned, we are providing ebooks, and also we can courier the hard copies to you at your location. Because even we realized that during our time, there was not enough good source material to practice questions from. So we are providing mocks, we are providing area sectional tests, and we are also providing source material where you can study your theory and you can practice questions topic-wise. So as part of our packages, we are also doing that, and we can either provide you with ebooks or we can courier the hard copies to you to your location.
So
Sandy is asking how many months to score 99.99. So the aim ऐसा कुछ months का तो नहीं है कि 10 महीने लगता है, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं रहता है. Honestly, it is about कि तुम mocks practice करो, mocks to analyze करो, improve करो, 99.99 आ जाता है. The target was to do really well. Even I didn't have a particular score in mind या percentile in mind. जितना तुम बेस्ट कर सकते हो, that was my aim and objective. कि कितना जो भी प्रैक्टिस किया, परफॉर्म इन द एग्जाम एंड एटलीस्ट जितना किया उतना मैं एग्जाम में करके आऊँ. बट ऐसा कुछ टारगेट या ऐसा कुछ टाइमलाइन नहीं होता है.
Harsh, for that matter, has reached 99.9 in 1 or 2 months, I guess. Whereas I took 2 attempts. तो मुझे 2 साल लग गए. तो और फिर भी 99.99 नहीं आया, 99.96 ही आया.
तो लोग यहाँ पे है, मतलब तीनों ने
हाँ.
2 अटेम्प्ट में निकाले. तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है,
तो
मतलब
there is
टेक्निकली हम लोग को 2 साल लग गए. तो ऐसा नहीं है, कुछ फिक्स टाइम नहीं रहता है.
It's just कि तुम स्टार्ट कहाँ से कर रहे हो और तुमको रीच कहाँ करना है. If you're starting from 110, you have to reach 130. So the shortest way is to gain that 20 marks. वो 20 marks कैसे गेन करोगे, वो तुम्हारे टैलेंट एंड तुम्हारा जो भी हार्डवर्क है उसमें वही जाएगा. So that is what differentiates within a JBIMS student and a student who is not in JBIMS. वो एक डिफरेंस है. एक और इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम श्रीजीत नायर इज दैट डिड यू गाइस हैड एनी फियर ऑफ मेकिंग इट and if yes, how did you deal with it? So I'd like to go at first. So yeah, I had a fear, but I was kind of dreaming about going into JBMS. So डर था, but then ऐसा है कि you have to be so strong that even your fears don't pull you down. So मेरा basic यही था इसमें ideology that I have to score a 99.99 and to wash away this fear, what I can do is I can perform well. And where do I perform well? So I used to give time and IMS ka all India mocks, proctored mock, and even test funda ka mocks where we used to get a rank. तो उसमें अगर मैं टॉप 5 में आ रहा हूँ, जो IMS में टॉप 10 में आ रहा हूँ, तो मेरा फियर थोड़ा रेड्यूस हो जाता था बिकॉज almost 5,000 people are giving a mock and I am scoring a rank of top 10 or top 5 in that. That means at least or consistently, not 10 मॉक में एक बार मैंने टॉप 10 में स्कोर किया होगा. हर मॉक में अगर टॉप 10 में अगर मैं आ रहा हूँ तो इट गिव्स मी अ सेंस ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस कि यस, माय प्रिपरेशन इज ऑन द राइट ट्रैक. आई एम ऑन पार विद द बेस्ट स्टूडेंट्स हु आर गोइंग टू गिव CET. So that was the one major factor which helped me reduce my fear and basically convert my fear into confidence. So that was the thing which I noticed. Ankit, Aditya, want to add something on that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Shreekanth has said. Like, of course, there will be fear, you will be nervous, and as you give more mocks and you make mistakes and your scores fluctuate up and down, you will see your peers are doing better than you at some instances. In the other instances, you are doing better than them. So there is that fluctuation and that variability. But as you said, that fear or that nervousness has to motivate you, keeping that end goal in sight. What is your end goal? Your end goal is your dream college that you want. And when you keep that dream college inside, that fear is going to motivate you to perform better or say work harder or get rid of your distraction to get that end goal inside. So that is what should be the ultimate aim. Your fear cannot be pulling you down and affecting your preparation. So that is something that you should keep in mind.
Yeah, for me it was also what Ankit said. अगर तुम्हें डर लग रहा है कि नहीं होगा, मतलब कुछ तो मिसिंग है ना तुम्हारी प्रिपरेशन में, इसमें कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ रहा है. तो अगर डर लग रहा है तो इवन आई बी लाइक डर लग रहा है शायद नहीं होगा, तो मैं जाके पढ़ लेता था. इफ यू आर वेस्टिंग टाइम worrying and fearing, that's a big loss. Just if you are worrying for an hour or thinking कि मेरा नहीं होगा last attempt या जो भी है, you are wasting time that could have been used to prep. तुम fear की जगह prep कर लो, तुम्हारे chances better हो जाएंगे. तो तुम्हें वैसे देखना है. Whenever I used to be also scared, because I remember I gave CAT decent score आया था, but IIM से जो भी interviews भी आए थे, I did not. My only focus on JBMS, तो everything came down to only one exam. CET जो मार्च में होता है, सब वही एग्जाम पे आया था. नहीं तो अगले साल फिर से प्रेप करना पड़ता, पूरा साइकिल फिर से होता 1 साल का. तो फियर तो था, बट जब भी फियर होता था मेरे को लगता था कि पढ़ लेते हैं. और
एक और इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन है by the Mahesh. Which mock must we purchase? Please suggest. I mean, at least which are necessary? IMS, ELC, Test Fund, or Patrick. So, yeah, I've been asked this question since last 3 years, 3 to 4 years. मैंने आज एक चीज सडनली नोटिस किया है इस क्वेश्चन के बारे में. IMS mocks is kind of made by Prasad sir, who is a JB alumnus. CET King mock is made by Rao sir, who is again a JB alumni. Test Funda mocks are also made by JB alumni. Patrick sir himself is a JB alumni. He तो जो भी मॉक्स का तुम नाम ले रहे हो और जो भी मॉक्स मार्केट में है सब जेबी alumni ने ही बनाया है. तो every mock in itself are good. कोई सिर्फ पैट्रिक मॉक देके भी जेबी आता है, कोई सिर्फ टेस्ट फंडा देके भी आता है, कोई टाइम देके आता है, कोई IMS देके आता है. डिफरेंस इज दैट हर एक मॉक का कितना वेरिएशंस उसमें कवर होता है. सो वन थिंग व्हिच आई नोटिस्ड इन सम ऑफ द मॉक्स आर दैट कुछ मॉक्स में डिफिकल्टी लेवल ज्यादा चेंज एंड फ्लक्चुएट नहीं होता है. सो जस्ट नाउ आई वाज मेंटरिंग वन ऑफ माय स्टूडेंट, उसके मॉक्स के एनालिसिस में आई नोटिस्ड समथिंग. So ELC के मॉक्स में he was consistently scoring 130s, 130s, 120s, and उसके बाद में टाइम के इसमें he was consistently scoring 120s, 130s and 140s. But टेस्ट फंडा के इसमें एक मॉक में he scored 97 and उसके immediate next मॉक में he scored 131. So there is a difference in that कि कौन सा different type of difficulty level आ रहा है उसमें, different type of questions उसमें पूछे जा रहे हैं. तो मेक श्योर करो तुम हर एक चीज कवर करो. कौन सा पैटर्न है, ये पैटर्न सेलेक्ट हो रहा है, दूसरा पैटर्न आ रहा है, न्यू पैटर्न है या ओल्ड पैटर्न है, वो सब देखना है. तो वो भी एक चीज है.
सो एज महेश दास की नेसेसरी कौन सा नेसेसरी तो नहीं है कोई भी पर्टिकुलर. what is necessary is that you practice a variety of questions and both every mock provider has his or own biases. तो उसको बीट करने के लिए you have to go for multiple mock providers. This is necessary. ठीक है. Now we recommend at least 3 के पास जाओ. And what we noticed is among our peers and among the 6 of us, the most commonly given mocks were IMS, time and test funda. That's why we also partnered with test funda to provide us mocks at a cheaper rate. But top 3 recommendations ये है. बाकी सब mocks भी they have its merits. So necessary nahi hai. These are our recommendations. These are our opinions.
You can go through our video also wherein we have individually said which mocks we had given personally. So me and Ankit have given test funda, time and CET King mocks to no test funda, IMS and time mocks together. तो ये तीनों का हमने दिया था. हाँ, इसके बाद और क्या क्वेश्चंस है?
There is this one question from Raj Thakur. Can we have the only lecture package of the top percentile if we don't want the books? So yes, we are providing the top percentile course package among our offerings. You can find all the details on our Telegram channel, and the link to the Telegram channel is in the description to this video. All the details you can find all the details there. And in spite of this, if you have any queries, you can DM us on Instagram or on Facebook, or you can even email us. And all the details to this are there in the description to this video.
Dhruman, the cutoff for OBC is around 99.77-ish. I'm not 100% sure about it, but you can check on the DTE site. They have released the seat matrix and they've released the score of the toppers and their categories. So every other guy who is from a category can check their score and a cutoff score over there.
But I mean, for every category, don't look at cutoffs. Is hard because cutoff ke piche bhagoge. We said it many times. You don't have to run towards a particular score. You have to constantly improve. Marks per minute करना है 1 तो 150 का aim and 150 plus. 150 होने के बाद भी रुकना नहीं है, 150 plus जाना है. So cutoff score तुम्हें अपने knowledge में देखना है तो देख लो, but don't make that your target or don't make that your aim कि तुम उसी के पीछे भाग रहे हो.
So Saurabh had asked solving from where or where did you solve from? So we solved questions from test funda mocks, from the books, ebooks. I personally have solved test funda's ebooks. All the questions I have solved test funda's, all the sectional tests, and apart from that, also from the mocks and books, etc. And different mocks also. Time sectional tests also I had given. Okay, so I think we have covered almost all the questions.
Yeah, Dhruman's doubt about ceaseless for OBC. So OBC can apply for open and OBC, मतलब दोनों के लिए खुद ही कंसिडर हो जाता है. ऐसा नहीं है कि तुम्हें एक चूज करना होता है. If your score is above the general cutoff, you are automatically allotted the open seat. So it's not general, it's open. तो तुम्हारा score है तो open automatically हो जाएगा, नहीं तो OBC reserve seat मिल जाता है.
So there is a question where Ayushi had asked, what is more preferable, giving CMAT or CET? What is the seat distribution at JBMS for CET and Simatica? So you will find the seat distribution on the website. So just to give you an idea, out of the 120 seats in JBIMS, 85% are state level seats, 15% are all India seats. So for CMAT, there are around 18 seats, and the remaining 102 seats are for people coming through CET exam. But there are category variations in that as well. So obviously both the exams are good. CMAT is also good, CET is also good. You should, keep your options open. Don't be fixated on one single exam. So yeah, both exams you should try out.
Yeah, and just one addition, 18 seats are for all India. उसमें multiple exams होते हैं except उसमें CMAT भी होता है, CET भी होता है. तो fixed seats for MAT इस बार नहीं था, but fixed seats for CMAT, CET ऐसा कुछ नहीं रहता है. It's on percentile. तो उसमें CET percentile and CMAT percentile में there's no differentiation. In any exam, if you get a 99.98, it's considered a safe score. 99.97 पे भी मिला है इस बार admits.
Last year also they were 99.97.
This year, one of our students, Akash Pandey, got admission through CMAT only at 99.97. So JB accepts both the exams, तो दोनों दे दो. CMAT में same level है, same questions आता है. GK अलग है. उसके लिए also we made videos, but don't pick. I mean, give both. If JB is accepting both, try both exams to get into JBMS.
And also check out Akash's video, because he was also not very good at GK, but and even in verbal. But even with that setbacks, he converted JBMS. So really inspiring. Go check out his video.
Saurabh Dubey has asked, how can I talk to you if I have some doubt regarding the course? So you can DM us on Instagram, or you can even email us. You will find the details in the description to this video, like I mentioned. So just get in touch with us and we'll clarify all your doubts.
Okay, so almost I guess all the questions are done. So on the final note, I'd like to add 1 or 2 points. So we are planning to make a doubt solving live sessions almost every day for, let's say, around 1 week or 10 days. We have not decided it yet. We have not decided the time as well. So if you guys have any suggestions regarding the time, in the next 1 minute, you can put it on the chat. We'll keep that in mind while deciding.
So any topics you want to consider, also put it in the chat. Yesterday we are talking to people at 10:30. Today we tried earlier, so whatever suits you guys, tell us. Accordingly we can plan our schedules and come talk to you all and clear your doubts.
And these sessions will mostly be taken by our juniors who are currently in JBMS first year, the 2023 batch students, and they are the ones who have cleared the CET this year, right? So they'll be in a better position to guide you. Also, we will join along with them as well. So stay tuned for that. You can keep your doubts ready and everything will clear it out.
Yeah, and I mean, 13 of our students got admission into JBIMS. So we'll be talking to them, bringing them to share their experience and how they crack the exam, their advice and their tips. So, I mean, do stay connected to us on our YouTube channel. We have our Instagram page also, where we update you guys about our lives and our webinars. So, Udar we get connected. We also have a Telegram group. So, whatever is convenient to you guys, come talk to us there. Also, regarding our course, last year was our first year, and out of our students, 13 of them got admission to JBMS. That is almost 10% of the batch. Who were part of our TTP course, not just mocks, TTP course and mentoring, and they got to JBMS. This year, we've enhanced our offering even more. So we are doing completely like end-to-end CET preparation and mentorship, where first we have a personal mentoring session with you guys, see what stage of preparation you are at, craft a plan. Then we have the material, that is, we have books, we have mocks, we have sectional tests, and we have our own TTP videos that we made, tips and tricks and shortcuts that helped us get a 99.99 percentile. And along with this, we have our mentoring, we have our group where we solve doubts. We are connected to you guys. Our juniors will be connected to you guys. So till the exam, you have a complete support and mentorship. Also, you have all the resources that you need to crack the exam.
Yeah,
So
and thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. And hope to see you soon. We'll be coming up with a lot more videos. And yeah, do join our Telegram channel. And if you have any doubts, do get in touch with us.
Thank you so much for joining, guys. All the best.
Thank
All
you.
the best, guys. Please like the video, whoever is watching. It will help other aspirants also.
Yeah, please
So,
share
yeah.
it with aspirants. We'll be coming live every day. We'll be answering your questions. So just we want to help a lot of aspirants who have doubts, who are unclear in some things. So join us every day, clear your doubts. Half an hour to 45 minutes every day. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. On a last note, we're also planning something regarding our summer placements, I guess. So we'll be coming up with a live video wherein we'll be talking about our summer placements, summer internships, and what exactly we prepared and details regarding to that. So stay in touch with us for that as well. Do get connected on us on Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube. All the best, guys. All the best for your preparation.